Yeah.
but doing good.
Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Got a couple more still to log on. So I trust that everybody had an amazing weekend. Oh, hold on. I got somebody got an error message. Christy's on. How are you, Miss Christy? Look at you in a nice, fancy office. Wow.
There. Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, Christy. I can see the lips moving, but we cannot hear you.
Hear you a little bit, it's just not loud.
Better.
That's
Little
better,
bit.
yes.
My computer was not functioning, so I had to switch over to a new computer this weekend. And functionality.
Love your new digs.
You love my new digs?
Yeah. Second person can get some work done there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We've got a couple of scragglers. I guess we got about 3 or 4 scragglers. All right, here we go. We're going to get fired up. We got a busy, busy day. We've got Dr. Juma here with us today from Africa. We are blessed to have our buddy here. Flew in yesterday and picked him up at the airport, took him down to Shields, showed him the big grandscapes of Shields. They had a big vendor show going on, and then took him over there to the Cowboy practice stadium. Then we took him home and threw him up on a mower and told him to start mowing. We had a lot of work we had to still do. So put him to work, and about 4:30, 5 o'clock, he said, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. It's midnight here in Kenya. I'm going to bed. So, but we want to get things going. So one of the things that we really want to discuss this morning, and I really want to emphasize, every one of us has a burning desire to be better. Every person on this call, every person that's supposed to be on this call, I know that there is this, I've talked to every one of you. I have visited with every one of you. I know a lot of you, and it's a common theme. We want more. We want to feel more. We want to be more. We want to become more. And through it all, I can guarantee you that each and every one of you want to inspire and lift up somebody else. If you don't, you have a cold soul. Because the most important thing we could ever achieve in life is helping somebody else, reaching out. There's Mr. Booth. So the Ignite program is exactly that. This Ignite program is all about rekindling this fire within you, rekindling this passion within you, rekindling this drive that we all once had. I told a story. We had a webinar this weekend and was on it, and I shared a story about making a decision. And so one of the things we're going to talk about today is that one word, decision. We're going to talk about it because you all made a decision to enroll in this program because you believe that there's something there that you're missing and desiring. You believe that there's an opportunity for a better tomorrow. You believe that there is a better path that you haven't been going down. And so with that belief comes hope. And with hope, we have to make a decision. So the decision you make will develop and build your life. But the life that you want, the life that you want to create, the life that you want to achieve must shape your decision. So I'm going to say that again. The decisions you make will shape your life. Good, bad, or indifferent. Every decision you make will shape your life. But the life that you want must shape your decisions. And we have to understand this. We have to recognize this. And so today, our focus and our theme is 4 Tobyisms. Okay? And I've coined that phrase, Tobyisms. Number 1, decision. Okay? Decisions. And you need to stop and think, if I continue doing the same thing over and over, will tomorrow change? Will tomorrow be what I want it to be? Will I have started to achieve those goals, those dreams, those aspirations? Will I start to be living that reality? And if the answer is yes, then perfect. You're making right decisions. You're moving in the right direction. But if the answer is, I don't know, or absolutely not, then you have to make different decisions. I can't say that they're better. I can't say that they're worse. But what I can say is they've got to be different. The decisions we make moving forward each and every day, they have to be different to get a different result. And we don't know that they're better. We don't know that they're worse, but we do know if they're different, I'll get a different outcome. So that's Tobyism number 1. You must make a decision. And that decision has to be based upon the life that you want. Every one of us here made a decision to commit that on Monday mornings at 8 o'clock, I'm going to get on here. I'm going to listen. I'm going to learn. I'm going to be involved in a community that will help inspire, ignite, and support. The other thing that you've chosen to do is go through a program that holds you accountable each and every day. That program says that if I do this, I've been told, and I signed up and I agreed to, that if I do this, my life will get better. And I can guarantee you this, it will. It absolutely will. If you do the activity, if you do the action, if you make movement, I promise you, your days will get better. Your days will get better. And the life that you desire will be achieved. But here's the other guarantee that I will give you. If you don't make actions, if you don't implement activity, if you don't make things move in the right direction, then it won't. Hold on one second. If we understand who we are, what we can achieve, if we can truly understand the belief that the talents that we have, the opportunity that we have, the vision that we want, if we truly believe that that is within us, owed to us, then all we have to do is take activity, take action to go achieve it. The only thing we have to do is make a decision to go after it and never look back. So number two, Tobyism is no excuses. No excuses. Is to be able to fully understand that if this is what I want, and I believe that I'm entitled to it, and I believe I have the ability to achieve it, then we stop listening to the crap, the noise, the nonsense that has held us back. That noise, that nonsense, that crap, that's all it is that somebody else said, this is as good as it gets. You can't have that. That's unrealistic. Whether it be yourself, whether it be your spouse, whether it be a friend, whether it be a relative, it doesn't matter. But you've been told this, because if you weren't told this, you would have already achieved those goals. If you hadn't been told this, nothing would have held you back. See, when we were young kids, we believed that when we grow up, we're going to have all this. Every one of us had this vision that when we become an adult, that's why we couldn't wait to become an adult. As a kid, we're like, I just want to get out. I want to become, I want to do, I want to make my own decisions, because what mom and dad says sucks. And then we became an adult. We're like, oh, shit. It's not as easy as we thought. So, but see, then somebody said, oh, well, you know, you don't have enough money to do that. You don't have enough skills to do that. You don't have enough trade or experience or whatever it was. Somebody told you you can't do this, and you accepted it because the first time you tried, it didn't work out. The first time you went after it, it failed. And you said, well, maybe they're right. And that's the bullcrap that you have to stop. Because see, no matter what, you go look at, read at, I don't care what you read a book, you listen to a podcast, you watch a movie, it doesn't matter. Go look at the millionaires of today and ask them, watch them, hear them tell you it was not easy. But the one thing they all have in common was they believed it was their destiny. They believed it was entitled. They believed they had it within themselves to achieve it. They just had to keep going. So Tobyism number 1, make a decision. Tobyism number 2, no excuses. No excuses. And Tobyism number 3. And here's where the rubber meets the road. You have to write this down. Everybody get a pencil and paper out. I want you to write this one down. Look at Chrissy. See, I know Chrissy's taking notes. Chrissy is a star student. Write this down. I don't care if you remember the first 2, but this one you must write down. And here's what I did. I wrote it down on a little 3x5 index card. I wrote it in big letters, and I put it on my mirror, and I put it on my visor of my car, and everywhere I was, it was there. And here's what it said. If it's going to be, it's up to me. See, if I believe in me, I believe I'm entitled to it. I believe I have the God-given abilities to achieve it. And I don't listen to any excuses. The only other variable in this is it has to happen by my power, by my efforts, by my activity, nobody else's. See, if it's going to be, it's up to me. Nick's not going to do it for you. Randy's not going to do it for you. Henry's not going to do it. Brandon's not going to do it for somebody else. But see, we can all do it for ourselves because we have to want it more than anybody else for us. Now, you have people that will support you, people that will help you, guide you, educate you, mentor you. But see, the activity, the day in, day out activity has to come from you. The want to has to come from you. Getting out of your comfort zone has to come from you. The individual day in, day out routine, the disciplines has to come from you. I can't make you have 15 minutes of meditation. I can't make you have 15 minutes of spiritual awareness. I can't make you have 20 minutes of exercise. I can say you need to do these. I didn't want to get up this morning at 4:30. I really was comfortable in bed. But I also know that the days I don't do those things, my day sucks. Randy, Nick, Angie, Rochelle, Taylor, Chandler will tell you. I can tell the days he doesn't work out. I can tell you the days that he hasn't done his dailies because he's not as fun-loving and as easygoing. It is a given, proven fact. You do these disciplines, your day will be better than it will be if you don't. It's chemical, it's spiritual, and it's empowering because when you do this in the first thing in the morning, You set your mind up for success. You're already empowering yourself. You're already saying that today is going to be a great day. I just spent 15 minutes thanking and praising my Lord and Savior. I just spent 4 or 5 minutes just relaxing, getting clarity, getting understanding. And then I empowered my mind with affirmations of saying, I am amazing. I am great. Today I'm going to conquer. Today is going to be the best day of the rest of my life. See, I just said all those things to myself. I worked out, gets the endorphins going, gets all that synergy going. So there's no way I walk out of that room in a bad mood. There's absolutely no way. It's impossible. If there's anybody on here who says, Toby, I just did your 15 minutes, this 15, 50, and it sucked. I hated it. And I was miserable all day. Call me. I'm going to tell you, you got a problem. You're broke. Because I've yet to figure out a way to come out of there not just inspired. But see, when you start that morning off powerful, when you start that morning out on top of the world, ready to conquer the world, the activity for the rest of the day flows in your favor. And when you do this repeatedly, day in and day out, when you do this repeatedly, that much more energy gets spread about. That much more synergy gets pushed out, and things start lining up. Activity becomes your friend, not a chore. Activity becomes something that just enlightens you and you get excited. Whatever your daily duty is becomes an easier burden because you already started the day off with this empowerment inside you that says, no matter what, I'm going to conquer it. But if you don't start there, the rest of the day is a battle. The rest of the day is a fight. And one little thing can ruin it all. One little trigger can ruin it all. One little negative thing take you all the way down. So I challenge each and every one of you. I put it in the post today. It says momentum belongs to the ones who move first. Momentum belongs to the ones who move first. Early adopters aren't just stacking offers, they're stacking advantages. You want to conquer the world? You want to be better tomorrow than you are today? You want to have success? Then you got to stack the odds in your favor. Now, I've shared with you guys, I moved down here to Dallas, Texas with no money in my pocket. I borrowed money to get here. I knew nobody. I had no knowledge, had nothing. Started my first company, met my wife, had my daughter, sold that instantly, basically walked away from it, started another company, built an empire. Anita, who's on here, was my number one right-hand lady. She put up with all my crap back in the day from 1994 to 2008, and I lost millions. She will remember we were an empire. People loved us. We were funding deals that nobody wanted to touch, and we were changing lives. And when the crash happened, I lost it all. And I could have said, poor me. I could have said, I'm done. I gave it my all. You took it away. I'm out of here. But I did it because, see, I believe within me this God-given ability to achieve anything I want. And I never look back. So we're going to go over Tobyism number 1, make a decision to impact and change your future. Tobyism number 2, do not accept excuses from anyone or anything. And most importantly, excuses from yourself. Because see, here's where it's so easy for us to convince ourselves, hey, I'll do it later. I'll make that call later. I'll do that meditation later. I'll do this later, and later never comes. So number 2, no excuses. And number 3, which impacts that, if it's going to be, it's up to me. I had that on an index card when I lost all that in 2008 and was dead broke. Basically living in the streets with a wife and 2 kids. And I knew I had to get up and go. And the only job I could get was a all commission job, which sucked. but I knew no matter what, if it's going to be, it was up to me. If it's going to be, there's nobody going to give it to me. Nobody's going to change my life. Nobody's going to give me my fortune back. It's gone. But if I want to rebuild a new fortune, I got to go make it happen. No excuses. If it's going to be, it's up to me. Everywhere I went, that saying was there because I had to continue to remind myself and stop listening to the noise. Stop listening to the naysayers and block it out. And those daily disciplines that's in that book is what got me through all that. And I built this company that we have today. And Tobyism number 4, the one that solidifies it all. If you don't quit, you can't lose. That is a fact of everything in life. You don't quit, you can't lose. Period. No more. You wrap those 4 things into your world, your daily routine. You say those things to yourself every morning. Make a decision to impact my future. Accept no excuses from anyone, especially from yourself. And if it's going to be, it's up to me. And if I don't quit, I can't lose. These are facts. These are not theories. These are not hypothetical pump ups and BS. These are true facts that every person of any level of success will tell you are absolutes that they have implemented and they have done to achieve where they're at. This is now your time. This is now your position. You made a decision to be on this call each and every Monday morning. And it's my job and my duty to continue kindling the fire within you because every one of us has that fire. Every one of us has that desire and drive. Every one of us wants a better tomorrow than the crappy day today and yesterday. Every one of us. Or we would be sitting on a beach drinking margaritas. Bottom line. Okay? Now, some of us have an amazing life. Some of us love what we're doing, but we always want to achieve more. I am flying to Kansas City with this gentleman right here, Dr. Juma, and we're going to get on a stage with some of the most powerful people in the world that work with about 149 countries, changing lives. In fact, the company is called I Change Nations. I don't change people. I change nations is the platform. That's powerful to say I'm going to create an industry and we're going to call it I Change Nations. Not I change people, I change cities, I change cultures. I change nations. To believe that is powerful. But it takes an army, a community, a family, and a spark to be ignited within everyone to achieve that. In fact, Rick is just flew in from Canada, headed that way now, going to meet me there. Dr. Juma and I are going to be flying out tomorrow. And we're going to be on the stage with some of the most powerful people that are all about making a difference. And see, they know what's inside them. They know the talent and the God-given gifts they have. They know the mission that they have. You have that same mission. You have that same fire. You have that same God-given desire and responsibility. See, here's what we all forget. God created us in his image to do great things, not just to float around, not just to accept mediocrity. Because when you're empty, when you're angry, when you're depressed, it's because you're letting yourself down. You're letting your maker down. Those things come into play because you're replacing the fire within you with that. See, I heard a statement a while back. It's been years back, but there's 2 wolves in us. There's a dark, ugly, mean wolf, and there's a white, happy, fun-loving wolf. Whichever wolf you feed wins. And they battle every day. They fight every day for dominance, for control. And whichever one you feed wins. See, that's why I say start first thing in the morning feeding the good wolf, feeding him with power. Your mind, Your spirit and your body is your temple to achieve greatness. And if those aren't fed, you will fail. If those are not ignited, you will fail. And that's where this starts. And then you take that and you plug it into your daily activities. You take that and you rock and roll and you achieve. And here's the thing that nobody wants to hear. It ain't easy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would have success. Everybody would be multimillionaires. In fact, when you make this choice, when you make this decision, here's another promise that you're not going to want to hear. It's going to get tougher. It's going to get harder. Because, see, the world wants to know, are you serious? Or are you just kicking tires? Are you serious about a transformation in your life? Or you just want it handed to you? How much are you willing to sacrifice for the glory bestowed upon you? How much are you willing? How much pain are you willing to go through? I can tell you that my buddy Nick Love is a boxer. He's kind of a big guy. He's about, what, about 6'9"? I don't know how big he is, but he's tall. But I guarantee you, climbing in the ring, he probably believes he's going to win the fight, but he knows he's going to take punches to achieve that. You know, when you crawl in the ring with somebody at that level of fighting, boxing, you're going to take a hit and it's going to hurt, or that guy wouldn't be in that ring. But see, you got to be willing to take those punches. You got to be willing to endure that pain to have the championship, to have the win. And you don't just get up one day and strap on some gloves and go in the ring. You condition for it, or you won't be in there very long. Because that other guy, that opponent, will knock the snot out of you, probably knock you out. So you have to condition. You have to train. And it's not fun. It's not easy. But to achieve success in anything you want in life is a lot of work, a lot of pain, a lot of disappointment. But when you do get the win, when you do get the glory, it's all worth it. Because see, in my world and in my heart, it's not about achievement. It's the journey there that is so much fun. It's the journey there. I have been up, I have been down, I've been up, I've been down. So many times it's unbelievable. But see, here's what's so much fun now, is I get to go tell that story to hundreds of thousands of people. We're supposed to be going to Pakistan to speak in front of 25 to 30,000 people. See, if I didn't have the life that I have, nobody would care. Nobody would want to know. This is the glory you have in front of you. This is the opportunity bestowed upon you. There's two things I'm going to tell you. Two scriptures. And I don't know if you're religious or not, but I am 100%. I would not be here today if it was not for my love for Jesus Christ. Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the plans I have for you, the plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Now, if you believe in God, if you believe that Jesus Christ died for you, and you believe the Bible to be true, then there's a scripture right there that you can hang your hat on. I know the plans I have for you, the plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Well, there's number one, then nothing can harm me. If I'm living for God and God is living in me, then there's no way I can get hurt beyond repair. Will I get knocked down? Will I get bruised? Will I get beaten? Absolutely. But see, he said, wrote it, and we live by it. I know the plans I have for you, the plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Okay? And number two, Matthew 7:7. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened. Ask and it will be given to you. See, all we have to do is live those rules, live by that understanding, and everything will be given to us. Here's the deal. It will only be given to you if you take action, if you go after it, if you do daily disciplines to achieve success. Nothing is going to be handed to you. Nothing. So it's up to you. Momentum belongs to those who move first. Early adopters aren't just stacking offers, they're stacking the advantage. Get certified, get visible, get paid. The window is open right now. Step in it or get left watching. This is your task for this week. I have gone through and looked at all the activity in the Ignite, and only a handful of you, and I say a handful, it's not even this big of a hand, only a handful of you are doing the daily disciplines. I built these courses not just because I had nothing better to do. I built them so that you had direction. Because if you didn't need direction, you would already be doing it yourself. If you didn't need guidance, if you didn't need a roadmap, you would already be doing it yourself. And you're not doing it yourself, or you wouldn't be on this call today. So get off your butts and get after it. You want more out of life? Go get it. It's yours for the taking. And people don't understand that. People don't recognize that. It is yours for the taking. The difference is you got to freaking go take it. So the question now is, how bad do you really want it? So here's the next week of understanding and disciplines. How bad do you really want a better tomorrow? And it doesn't have to always be financial. A better tomorrow means I feel better. I'm inspired. I'm excited. I want to take on challenges because I believe I can kick them in the butt. See, that's what I love. I love when there's challenges. My whole life has been about challenges. But I've never backed off because you know what? I believe I was destined to take on those challenges and beat them up, overcome and win. And I can win because I never quit. You know, we went through COVID in 2020. We rebounded, came back. In 2022, we had $522,189 stolen out of our account. $500,000 stolen out of our account from a bad act. Somebody hacked us, got in, and the money went to the wrong place. Lost within 72 hours, that money was down to $20,000 in the bank. They had liquidated it that fast. Now you have to understand, we had built an empire. COVID comes. We almost lost $9 million on March 13th, 2020. We rebounded from that. And in 2022, I'm sitting in this office and my wife comes in, Rochelle comes in and says, that wire never made it to the title company. And when we look back at where it went, we don't know who that is, what that is. We called that bank immediately. There was like $22,000 and some change left in the account. $500,000 gone in 72 hours. But I'm still here today. It took a full 12 months to recoup 70, 80% of that money. If you don't quit, you can't lose. Shit will happen. Life will kick you in the gut. The question is, how bad do you want it? What are you willing to do? And quit listening to the excuses. You know, when COVID hit, the first thing that probably 70% of our competitors did was close their doors. Hey, we can't sell loans. Wall Street's done. Hedge funds are done. Nobody's buying loans. They closed the doors. We'll revamp if this turns back around. But see, I had employees who had bills, who had houses. We didn't quit, we pivoted. You can't control life, but you can control what life throws at you. You can control how you react to it. You can control how you can turn this around and capitalize on it. And that's exactly what we did. We pivoted, went right back to doing primary resident loans, found a niche with the Class A motorhomes, and did cash out refinances for 3 dozen people because they wanted to buy these brand new motorhomes for no money. But when you're borrowing money on your mortgage at 2 and 3%, that is free money. But see, most of those companies that I competed with said, oh my gosh, what do we do? We're out. And they closed the doors. Not me. We found a different opportunity. We revamped and kept moving forward. See, I always move forward. Always taking action. Always looking at the better opportunities. Life throws shit at you because it wants to know how serious you are. How dedicated, how devoted, how real is your fire. All right. So, I like that, Renee. I like that. Here's your challenge for this week. Get into the courses. Get into understanding the fire you have within you. If you haven't realized it, haven't recognized it, the program is called Ignite for a reason. We're igniting this passion, this fire that was in you when you were younger, that you lost, allowed the world to squash. We're reigniting it. And I want it to burn so bright that the whole world sees you coming from miles away. Brandon will tell you that when I walked into a cornhole tournament, I owned the room. I was louder than life. I probably sucked. I probably got beat 9 out of 10 times, but I still was the biggest, loudest person in the room because I was on fire. I brought the energy to a whole nother level. There could be a lot of people. He was one of them, come in, been working his ass off all day. This guy would come and play cornhole, dirty, smelly, stinky, in cowboy boots and jeans. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You can't play cornhole. And he goes, watch me. And the guy would kick my ass. See, it doesn't matter what's going around you. What matters what's going on within you. That's the power. That's the passion. That's the fire that needs to come back out. All of us have let the world beat us down. All of us have listened to all the naysayers and say, well, you know, this is just as good as it gets. You just have to accept that. And you said, I know, I've tried it, it's just not working. I didn't have enough money, didn't have knowledge, didn't have enough whatever. And that is total crap, because I will tell you this. Every company that I've started, I've had zero knowledge, zero partners, and zero money. When I started Imperial Mortgage and hired Anita, I had just walked away from a landscape company that was about $200,000 in debt. And I told the guy, pay me what you can pay me. He failed in 60 days. I said to pay that debt back. I had zero money, but I had 1,000% fire, passion, and belief, and I never looked back. The crash happens in 2008. Guess what? Back to zero. In fact, below zero by several $1 million. Knew nothing about hard money lending. Knew nothing about, the only thing I did know was real estate and finance. So I had a little bit of background, but I didn't know how. And I've never had a partner. I've never had somebody who's got this company, who's been doing this, and they brought me under their wing. I've never had that. Nobody's ever shown me how to fix and flip a house. Nobody's ever shown me how to run and build apartment complexes. Nobody's ever shown me anything. But see, what they did show me, what I did learn a long time ago, was that I was created by God. And God was created in me. And I've read that Bible, I don't know, 20 times, front to back. And I read verses that say this, as I've shared with you. And because of that, then I know I can't lose. I know I can't lose. But the difference is I got to get up. I got to come in. I got to go after it every day. I can't just lay around sitting in pity, sitting in misery, sitting in being mad at the world, because that doesn't pay a dime. It doesn't. It may make you feel better. You may be justified in your actions. But the problem with it is it doesn't pay a dime. It doesn't help you grow. It doesn't help you evolve. It doesn't help you become better. In fact, it does 180-degree opposite. It squashes you down. And the world says, look it, here's this guy, here's this girl. They thought they were going to be great. And I put a little bit of shit in front of them and they fail and they quit. I win, says the world. I win, says the world. It's never going to be on my resume. It's never going to be on my headstone. It's never going to be anywhere in my eulogy, anything. It'll never say Toby quit. Toby gave up. In fact, it'll say the opposite. That mofo never stopped. That guy went to his grave screaming and hollering, trying to get the last word in, showing the world what he's accomplished. That's a guarantee. What's it going to say on yours? You can sit there and continue telling yourself, I'm giving it my best. I'm doing my best. You know what? If that's your best, you suck. Because see, I still don't give it my best. I still don't give it 110% every day. I still don't. Some days I give it 150. Some days I give it 85. But I never, ever just give up. I can tell you real quick and we're done. We had a webinar Saturday and I was beat down. It's been a tough, long week. Brought Brandon on. We've got Ankit out of Seattle on, and we were just running properties. I mean, I was working till he's in the West Coast, so it's, working till 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. Came Saturday morning, I'm like, man, I'm just beat up. I'm tired. Angie came in and she goes, what's wrong? I said, I just don't have the energy right now. But then within 6 seconds of us going live, a whole new fire erupted inside me. Whole new fire. And we were on that call, on that webinar for an hour and a half. We've had almost 1,000 views already today. See, that's when you know the Spirit is within you. That's when you know that you give it your all and you think you're done, He will give you another surge. He will. But He wants to know, because I could have called, I could have said, Brandon, you know what? I'm not feeling today. Let's just, because this is just a deal. There's nothing, just Brenda and I could have canceled it. I could have said, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I got Juma coming in. I could have given excuses. But I didn't. And the Spirit said, you know what? Let me help you out, buddy. Let me lift you up for another hour and a half. And we went toe to toe for an hour and a half. I almost passed out when we were done. I was so exhausted. See, that's what it's all about. And that's when I realized and recognized, yes, this is where we are starting to make a difference. 1,000 people, right under 1,000 people, have listened to that, have commented. I have 6 meetings booked today from it. See, and now I know we're lifting people up. We're inspiring them because we're making a difference. You're next. Question is, are you willing to roll up your sleeves and fight for the results that you want? Okay? All right. Real quick, we got a couple of minutes. Any questions, comments, thoughts, ideas? Christy, you don't have anything? I'm amazed. You always have something to say.
Well, I did a while ago, and it's like, oh, snap. What was it? Okay, there was something.
All right. Remember I told you to write that stuff down when I'm on a roll, because I'm going to keep going. But you didn't write down your question.
Well, my question is part of what your answer was. It says, Well, I wrote, don't you dare quit.
That's right.
Challenge, get into the course, get into the thing that, what's the rest? That starts your fire or something like
Ignite.
that. I know that.
So you talking about the Tobyisms?
Yes.
So number one, make a decision. And that decision should shape your life. Okay. Number two, no excuses. Do not listen to yourself. Do not listen to anybody around you. You have a vision, you have a passion, you have a dream. You go for it regardless. Oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the knowledge. Whatever that what I don't have, remove it and say, I do. I do, I will, I can. Okay. Number three, if it's going to be, it's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. And then number four, if I don't quit, I can't lose. Those are your four Tobyisms.
Not all those.
Perfect.
That you said, and I was like, oh,
Renee, what you got, sweetie?
I got the first verse, the Jeremiah 29:11. What was the second one?
Matthew 7:7.
Matthew. Okay.
Matthew 7:7. Ask shall be given, knock, the door will be open, seek and you shall find. And basically, that whole chapter is telling us to trust and believe in God, ask with prayer and petition, non-ceasing. It will be given to you. Maybe not instantly, but if you don't quit, you don't stop, and you do daily activities, I promise you, you will have success. And I'm saying these with absolutions. I'm telling you with absolutions, this will come true. I'm not saying if, maybe, what. I'm telling you firsthand, it will happen. Difference is, are you willing to pay the price? Okay, are you willing to pay? I want everybody to real quick meet an amazing young lady, Anita Trinidad Salazar Chavez. I don't know how many last names she has, but she has a bunch. But I've known Anita for 30 years. Anita was my first employee ever with Imperial Mortgage. Anita was, so just a real quick story. When I interviewed Anita and I called references, Anita was walking to work. She had a job and she was walking to work every day and walking home. And it was, I don't know the distance, but they told me, yes, she walked to work every day. And I said, if this lady is so dedicated to provide for her family and she's willing to walk to and from work, I'm hiring her now. And we hired her. At that time, she had a car. Shortly thereafter, that car kapooted out and I gave her a car. She was the most amazing angel in the world because, see, for Randy, for Nick, for Rochelle, for Brandon, for everybody else that knows me, Anita knew a different Toby Potter. She knew a guy that was very loud and very angry all the time. I yelled at everybody about everything. See, I had this belief that if I yelled, you heard me better. If I yelled, it got through your thick skulls. Now I realize it doesn't work. When I yell, you just shut me off. But see, I didn't know that earlier. I didn't know that younger. And she put up with it for years and years and years and years and years. Anita is probably the strongest person I've ever known in my entire life. She is family. She is an amazing young lady, but I do want to lift her up because she is fighting a very painful disease. She has just been fighting it for years. And I want all of us to continue to remember this lady every second of every minute of every day. When you're having your 15 minutes of prayer, I want Anita's name, thought, and mind in yours. I want you to remember and lift her up, lay her at the Lord's feet, and just say, Lord, let your will be done. Give her strength. Give her love. Wrap your arms around her. Lift her up. Because, see, I also believe that it says, and I don't know the verse, you might know it, brother, where two or more gathered, I am with you, and whatever you ask will be given to you. See, I believe that. And here we have more than two people in a room gathering together in his spirit, mind, and soul. And so when we lift the people up, when we pray for them, it is heard. Now, unfortunately, what we want is not always what God wants, but he hears us and he answers our prayers every time. So I want you to lift up Anita. I want you to continue to think about her. And for your daily disciplines, John, I shared this with you, John. You are to do two things. I don't care what you do during the day, but here's the two things you must do if you want absolution of a better life. Two things. You're going to do the daily disciplines first thing in the morning. I don't care if that's at 4 in the morning, at 8 in the morning. Before you do anything, before you have breakfast, before you take a shower, before you do anything, you have your daily discipline of spiritual, mental, and physical. It's 1 hour. If you can't do that, you don't want a better life. Well, I got to get the kids to school. Then get up an hour earlier. Well, then get up earlier. Here we go. You're listening to excuses. You're making excuses, and you're trying to justify with excuses. Remove excuses. If you want it, you will find a way. Number one, first thing in the morning. And then the last thing, the very last thing, the TV's off. You've done kissed your spouse, put them to bed, whatever, kids, and you're about to go to sleep. And nothing else is going to happen. You're not going to look at your phone. You're not going to read nothing. You're closing your eyes to go to sleep. And at that moment in time, you stop and you say, thank you, Lord. You give gratitude. You don't ask for anything. You don't throw out prayer requests. You say simple, thank you, Lord. Thank you for everything that I experienced today. Thank you for having your hand in it. Thank you for being there to guide, direct, and educate me. Thank you. No more, no less. That's it. Boom, done. Go to sleep. You do this for 2 weeks, solid, nonstop. You forget one time, start all over. And I promise you, at the end of 2 weeks, you're going to feel so much more empowered. It's unbelievable. You're going to feel so much more empowering and challenged to face the world. It's unbelievable. See, I know this works. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt this works. So if you want it, you want a better tomorrow, you want, and again, it's not about financial wealth. It's about feeling better, being inspired, being lifted, being energized, because that's where it all starts. Financial wealth is a byproduct of your activity and your actions and your way of life. Financial wealth is a byproduct. It's not a destiny. It's not what you have to go after. What you have to go after is a better you. Once you become a better you, everything else comes in line. It's a reward for your efforts. It's a reward for your actions. If you think I'm going to do this and become wealthy, you will fail. If you do this and I'm going to become a better me, you will have success. And for those who have family that's around them, spouses, children, don't tell them anything. You just do this with fire, conviction, and have them come to you and say, holy shit, what has happened to you? I love what I see. It's kind of like when you go to the gym and you work out, and you're going and you're working out hard, and you can see the improvements immediately, but nobody says anything. And all of a sudden you walk in one day, maybe the shirt's a medium, and you got it in flexed up and go, wow, you've been working out. Hell yeah. It's about time you recognize it. See, that's when you know. That's when you know the transformation has taken place. That's when you know the efforts are now resonating. We can all say, oh yeah, I went to the gym today, man. I worked out. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They care when they see the results. They care when they see the transformation. They care when they go, wow, I want some of that. Let me ask you guys and ladies, have any of you ever seen an advertisement for a health drink, a fitness room with a fat person on it? No. You see an advertisement with some dude or lady that is jacked. They're ripped. I mean, they're beautiful. They're the most beautiful specimen we can imagine. Why? Because that's what we want. So therefore we go do. See, that's when you know. When people say, I want to hang out with Christy because she's on fire. I want to hang out with Renee or John. I want to be around them more, Clayton, Brandon. I want to be around them because holy cow, nothing bothers them. They used to get pissed about everything. I want to hang out with them because they're just so much more fun, so much more exciting. I don't know what it is, but I want to be a part of it. That's when you know you're now transforming and impacting those around you. Okay. All right. We're out of here. I got to go to the next call. You guys have an amazing time. Brandon, do not let off the gas. Keep going. Chandler's going to get with you today on showing that property. If he hasn't reached out to you, do not let off the gas because I love the activity. We're going to make a lot of fun, buddy. Okay. You guys be good. Talk to you soon.